Welcome to another episode of the Founder to Founder podcast. My name is Aaron Spivak, born and raised in Toronto, Ontario, here in Miami, and I've built multiple 7, 8, and 9-figure brands and recently just had the third largest D2C transaction in Canadian history. But today is not about me, because today you get to listen to another incredible story of the founder behind the founder, and we get to dive deep into what it takes to build something incredible. It's not always the tips and tricks, it's how you go about your life. So join us for another incredible podcast at the Founder to Founder. Meet Kintsugi, the AI-powered tax compliance platform trusted by over 3,000 companies worldwide. Powered by Vertex, Kintsugi simplifies the sales tax process over 11,000 U.S. jurisdictions, Canada, and the EU, cutting compliance work from that long 40 hours a month to just 10 minutes. E-commerce companies that do the switch save over 50 to 70%. No long-term contracts, and of course, that unmatched level of support. With seamless integrations to Shopify, Amazon, QuickBooks, and more, the onboarding to Kintsugi takes less than 30 minutes. So, Kintsugi, smarter, faster, more affordable tax compliance. Put the pieces together with Kintsugi. Welcome to another episode of the Founder to Founder podcast. We've got Chris Meade here again. We're here in LA. We just did a really fun relaunch of our LA chapter, which is now absolutely buzzing. And today we're probably going to be shooting a few podcasts, but we wanted to jump on together to just kind of do it in a different way than last time. Last time was really about Chris's story and, you know, how we got to this point. But this time is going to be all about what we're up to now and what we see for the future. So, Mr. Meade, now that we're here, it is October 14th, 2025. The Founders Club is nearing or getting pretty close to 700 members. And we just came back from an incredible offsite in Puerto Rico where we planned all of 2026. But we get so many questions, and one question we often get is, you know, where do you guys see this going?
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. We just got back from the team offsite. About 10 people in Puerto Rico for 3 days. We're doing 120 events next year. Probably end up doing more. But the growth, like, dude, just the quality of the room last night, like the people that were there, like it's a joke compared to like the people that showed up 3 years ago. Like the quality, the talent. I think the biggest challenge we have is like, how do we keep filtering better and better and not letting people in? Like we want this to grow, but it needs to be sustainable. And like we go back and forth on this all the time. Like we want to build the best like entrepreneurship community in the world. Like that's gonna happen, like 100%. It's just how fast do we get there, and how responsible do we get there? Because it's so nice going to an event and you meet 1 or 2 new friends, but when you meet 100 or 200 new friends at once, that's the overwhelming difficulty.
Yeah, it's always interesting. Like, you know, this is our, I don't know, probably like sixth or 7th event in LA, but last night was like our first time back in almost a year.
Yeah, it's a rebirth.
Yeah, and that room was absolutely incredible. Like the quality, I wouldn't even say like the quality of the entrepreneur. I think what makes the Founders Club so special is just the type of human that we attract. And it's someone that is willing to be vulnerable. It's someone that steps into a room and just wants to give before they receive. So many of us have been like, we're so tired of going to these events or being a part of communities where it's just like hired guns. People are just trying to extract value. And yesterday was so amazing. Like, you know, we had a founder there who she's built, you know, a $1.4 billion organization. And she was able to not only get vulnerable, but share with everyone what that's like as a parent, as a grandmother, to build something like that and then proceed to live life. And all of us would be like, oh, that would be amazing. I want to have $1 billion, or I want to have this like incredible household name of a brand. But in that room, we got to see the level of vulnerability, and everyone who was a part of at least her cohort really got to see the truth. And
I think that's the crazy thing about money, right? Like, as we're getting further in our careers with the exits and stuff, like there's a point where it's shitty to say out loud because I never thought I'd be saying this, but there's a point where like enough is enough, and money doesn't really change that much stuff. Of course, you could always get a nicer house, a nicer car, nicer vacations. But at the end of the day, these people that are super rich have just as much, if not more, problems than all the normal people that we started off with. Like, to see her cry last night and talk about her children and, like, all the other people in that room, they're going through the same fucking difficult conversations they all need to have. Like, all the people we know from back home are still going through, if not worse off, because they alienated their friends there. I mean, dude, I haven't seen Lindsay in like 3 weeks.
Right.
Like, I miss my wife, right? Like, it sucks. Like, we're on the road for work, and like, sure, the LA community is like getting better off, but I need to get home and see my girl. It's tough. It's the sacrifices we make, and I'm very lucky that we have hard boundaries on like how much travel we do and stuff. But dude, if I was a single entrepreneur right now, like, I don't even know how I'd imagine like building a relationship,
right?
And the stress of our members like choosing relationship or business. Like, that was a common theme that kept coming up last night, was how do I be more present in my relationships? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's super tough, and everybody has a different fight. Everybody's going through something different, but if we could break down the walls like we did last night, I think we're onto something.
Yeah, I think it's also the ability to like be surrounded by like-minded people, because, you know, from the outside world, the outside perspective, when you reach, you know, some level of success, people start to, you know, look at you and be like, oh, you have it. Right? Like,
dude, imagine your high school friends there last night. Like, they would not fit. Like, I could, I think, like, I love those guys to death, but I could not. Dude, yeah. It's just a different quality of person.
Yeah, it's the idea that when you share, like, hey, although I have this bucket filled, which is maybe business and success and potentially wealth, I'm suffering in my other buckets, which can be, you know, family, connection, you know, intimate partners, even your own personal health journey. It's like, how do
It's like a seesaw.
Yeah, and it's like you go too far in one direction, and the only space, you know, like one of our missions within the club is also to like have resources and for you to grow your business and all that. But what good is it if you just continue to skyrocket your business, but every other area of your life suffers to a point where you become miserable? For us, at least, that's not the definition of a successful entrepreneur. No. A successful entrepreneur is someone that at least tries to be full in all their buckets: health, friends, family, relationships, and business. And that is the hardest thing to do. And even more difficult to do it alone.
And the definition changes over time. Like, this year's about focusing on money. This year's focusing on my health, relationships. Like, it's figuring out what the balance is. I think that's what we're seeing, is people are coming to recognize this year I'm gonna lock in and become the best version of Chris. And that means I'm doing the marathon. I'm spending more time with my wife. I'm traveling less, and I'm committing to that. Almost the same way like when we just had our planning meeting. It's going to be so hard when we have 1,000 members in a couple months and they want to do all these events, but we promised ourselves we're only doing this many events. Like,
I got a good team.
How do you stick to the guns?
You know, one of our members, OG, longest standing member, Anthony, he's got an incredible brand. And when he first jumped on, he was like right in the beginning stages of it, like just getting into retailers, like trying to make some money, trying to grow the brand. Now it's, you know, pretty much a household name. It's well into the 8 figures, definitely valued as a 9-figure brand at this point. And it's been so cool. He shared with me, he's like, you know, when I first joined the community, it was like all about getting my brand like to the next level. Now it's at the next level. And he was, you know, he shared with us yesterday how his, you know, biggest focus right now is actually looping his wife in and having a deeper connection with her. Because that's the stage that he's in right now. Because he's, you know, the business part, I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it's more sustainable. He did the time, like he put the time in. Now he's got this amazing relationship that he wants to go deeper in, and again, only like-minded people would be like, dude, I just went through that. You know, here's no advice, but here's what I did, and you can take what you want from it. And that's like, you know, when we tell people we're building a community that's going to be there for you at every stage of your entrepreneurship journey, they're like, what about the stage I'm in right now? And it's like, yeah, the stage I'm in right now, but it will pass and you'll get through it.
That's kind of like the fatherhood thing we were talking about. Like, literally, we left last night planning an event for dads and their kids.
Yeah.
You know, and like, that's crazy. In a couple of years, we'll both have kids. We'll both think about, it'd be cool to look back on how we were thinking about things now.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 years from now.
Yeah, the dads group is pretty solid.
They're super solid.
As a father, now, like when you're an entrepreneur and you're single, I mean, you can do like the entrepreneurship house thing, which like I totally did. I think you at one point had a house with a bunch of people in it.
Yeah, too many people.
And then you go to the next stage and you're like, all right, I'm going to get my own place. And then the next stage is like, I'm going to be living with someone else. And then next thing you have kids, and like entrepreneurship changes. You have less and less time. You have to be more resourceful.
But you get better at your time.
Yes.
You get better at managing your time. which is super interesting.
And I think the hack is, hey, I'm about to enter fatherhood. Imagine you had 8 to 10 other incredibly successful fathers who have potentially learned some lessons or have been successful in their relationships and have kids, and can be like, hey, this is a really good setup I've developed through my 5-6 years of figuring this out. And you get to just boom, absorb that.
I think we even missed out that as much as it's the fathers are going to benefit, we need to do more stuff for the mothers. Because I always feel so bad, and we have this conversation with Lindsay all the time, is like, you either decide to be a mom or a business girl, business lady, right? Like, it doesn't seem like you get to do both. And you have to give up for a couple of years to have the kids. And that seems so fucking wrong.
Right.
Like, it sucks, right? Like, you work all your life to, like, build something. And then you have a husband pressuring you, or you just want the pressure of starting a family. And you have to give up the business to focus on the kids. Like, how do you find that balance? I feel like there's so many women in our group that would benefit from a weekend retreat of moms coming together, how they're running their business and running their household and being a good wife. Like, that's, I love the dads. We're gonna do stuff for the dads, but I think the girls need some love.
Yeah, we just had our female founder day in New York like 2 weeks ago, and the feedback was incredible. They loved it, and we're gonna do a lot more of it in 2026 because I know that's part of the plan. But one of the feedbacks, a consistent feedback that came in is like, we all went in thinking we were gonna talk about business, and they ended up talking about exactly that. Like, how do you manage relationships and motherhood? And it's like, some people was like, does life really end when you have kids? And then there was some there with kids saying, I'm here right now, and I have
literally restarts for the better.
Exactly. It's like, and like, I always love that. Like, myself when I was like, 23, 24, I was like, I'm not going to do anything until I make money. That was like once I make money, then I can have a relationship. And then you speak to fathers and they're like, dude, like, you think you're motivated now? Yeah. Wait until you have a kid. And it's like, I believe that because we can see it.
We see it with Johnny. You see it especially with Johnny.
Yeah, you see that level of motivation to be there for your kids. And it's so cool because you don't know until you know. But when you surround yourself with people who do know, you start to believe it.
Yeah. And from what I've seen or what I've read, there's no way to prepare, right? Like, Greg just had his kid, like, you get thrown into the fire.
Full send.
But it's good to be thrown into the fire with people who've actually been through it. Imagine having, not even a Founders Club plug, but like, imagine just having 100, 200, 300 members who've gone through the shit that you have. It's one thing to text your homie from back home who had a kid, but it's another when they're running a multi-million-dollar business and trying to be a father and trying to, like, be a husband. Like, having those resources is super powerful.
It is. And a big question we've been getting from our members, and I hope they're listening to this, or to, potentially entrepreneurs who are thinking of the Founders Club or what is that thing? Someone called us speed daters the other day.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But I mean, we appreciate it. It's some form of networking, but we're not entrepreneurship speed dating. But the club has evolved so much from a year ago to 6 months ago to literally what the next 3 months are going to be. It's quite crazy, and I think it would be fun for us now just to like share what we think based on our plan 2026 is going to look like, and maybe we look back on this and be like, we were such idiots a year ago.
So we're renting out the Cosm, which is probably the sickest venue I've ever been. Like, we got to hit the B-roll, like, show the venue. Yeah. But I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if we're making a mistake. Like, this we can't go any bigger.
Yeah, we might be going too big.
I think we are. We're supposed to be doing 2 events, one in Miami, one in LA. Yeah. And if we do this in LA, I don't know of a venue in Miami that comes close to the quality of the venue in LA.
I mean, this place is insane. It's got like a sphere, like a mini sphere.
A mini sphere inside.
Imagine like listening to a keynote in the sphere, basically. It's got an incredible rooftop. The rooftop has freaking SoFi Stadium in the background.
There's a Quentin Tarantino pop-up in the back. You fit 400 people on the roof. We're definitely going to have like little musicians up there, like little violinists.
Founder Club style. Mind, body, and business for sure.
Cold plungers at the top.
Yep.
But yeah, the venue's crazy. I think we're going too hard, but I think our members are going to love it. And if we're going to make everybody fly out to Los Angeles, it's got to be for something special. And it's on a Monday or a Tuesday, so.
It's on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like a weird thing. Like every time we set out to do something big, I want to talk about the forum a little bit because we're not an events company.
No.
And sometimes just because we throw like 100 events a year, people think we are an events company, but we're not. We're just a
We actually
membership.
charge no money for the
They're
tickets.
totally free. Like we don't have a revenue model.
Yeah, we would be broke if we were an events company.
We don't charge. It's strictly for our members. Like our number one goal heading into 2026 more than ever is how do we 10x or more the value that our members expect to get out of the Founders Club.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to do so in so many different ways because so many founders are at different points in their journey. But for us, it's how can we create deeper connection for our members again and again and again. And one of the ways we do so is our incredible forums that we do twice a year now. So we have LA in March and then Miami
October.
is in October.
Late September, early October, depending on the venue. And we're looking for speakers. So if you guys that are listening have high quality speakers.
Yeah, what's
that
like a
can
really
change the
good,
room.
we had incredible speakers in New York. Like
They were great. But this year we need, if we're going to spend $100,000 on a venue, if not maybe more, it might be $200,000 on a venue, we need a big time speaker.
yes, and let's define that because people are looking at our speakers in New York and they're like, how did you get this one guy today? Is like, how'd you get her to speak? And we're like, she's a member.
Yeah.
So like so many of our members, like that's a big reason for this podcast. A lot of the people that come on this podcast are members. This is everything we do is to spotlight and champion our members, to give them a platform. So like 80% of the speakers end up being members, but we love to bring people that you don't typically hear from,
100%.
that are not on the circuit.
They're aspirational.
Yes.
Yes. The whole thing is we do not want to create an event that happened 2 weeks ago and you just didn't go to that event.
Yeah. I'll catch them at the next thing.
No,
Yeah.
it's once or twice a year, Founders Forum, members only. And if you missed them, you missed them. And that's it. You're not going to get it at the next show. And we're not going to repeat speakers.
Yeah. Are we going to repeat speakers? No?
I feel like Shelby would be great again.
Shelby. I think Anne's always amazing.
Yeah, Shelby and Ann would be
And
great.
Brett was fucking amazing. Like he was so good.
Dude.
But we can't bring everyone back.
No, we can't bring everyone back. I think we need new speakers.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple.
Some LA locals because we're not out here often.
Yeah, some people out in LA.
Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe some actors, some movie stars, some musicians.
Yes.
Get a different
athletes.
LeBron.
LeBron.
The decision.
LeBron James. Maybe some. I think it's just important. Like again, most people when they throw conferences because they're a events-based company, they use the status and the popularity of the speaker to then sell tickets.
Which we do the exact opposite.
Right.
The event's already sold out, and then we plan the speakers.
Exactly. It's like our members are coming.
And then we selfishly just book the speakers that we want to listen to since we have to be there because it's our job.
It's got to be worth it.
So for you, like you're going to book mine. Like I selfishly, now that we have a little bit of influence, a little bit of budget, like I want to get in the room with the people I've always dreamed of talking to, right?
Yeah.
Like athletes, music, culture, like that's the world I love and live. And if I could get them to selfishly speak at our conference.
Yes. Like we love people that don't have a platform.
No. And dude, the line item in Puerto Rico we wrote, the moment this job stops being fun is the moment the company dies.
Yes.
And everything we do has to be for that exact reason. You're talking about this today on the interview, like this is fun. This is fun. And this is like that inspirational quote of like, keep doing your hobby until it turns into a job.
Yes.
Like we kind of fell into that.
Yeah. And some people get freaked out when we say like, we're only whatever it is, 21 months into this 30-year journey. And they're like, oh, that's cliche. It's like, no, like we actually think we can do this forever because we have so much fun. Like our job is to create value and to bring incredible founders together. It's like, what
else could we do?
I don't know what else I would rather do.
We get to go to events. We get to create concerts inside of saunas. Like 15 for like we will be having music festivals if we want.
Yeah.
Like we could do whatever we want with this platform because we're not connecting chefs. We're not no knock to the chefs, but we're connecting the most powerful, influential, and crazy.
The future, really.
If you could create a community of people, the number one thing you'd want would be founders, entrepreneurs that are changing the world.
What's up, Founder to Founder fam? I just wanted to quickly pause here and thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this journey. Starting a podcast is no joke, and the fact that hundreds of you listen every single week means the world to us. We want to continue to bring better and different and unique conversations to you to give you the most amount of value. Our only ask is that if you enjoy the pod, to please just share it with a friend, and most importantly, leave a comment, DM us, give us any sort of feedback. This entire production is for you, so if we can make it just 1% better, we will. We love you all. All right, let's get back into the pod. It's like, we're not there yet, but I definitely think there's a future where we're some decent percentage of the world's GDP. Because I know like YPO is like 20 something percent. Granted, they're like 100-year-old organization, but I think in like 20 to 30 years from now, our average age in the club is like mid 30s. I think in 20, 25 years from now, when everyone's approaching their peak and they have relationships that they've built for 20 years, and the size of their business and just what they are going to have accomplished in those next 20, 25 years, that we can definitely be some significant portion of the world's GDP, if not America's GDP at least.
It'd be incredible. And it's not something that I keep track of, or like we'll get
I don't
there.
even think we keep track of that yet.
I think for me, like my perfect plan is like, and I would say we're probably 20% there, but any person in your life has a problem. If you have a problem, the club should just be the answer to it. You shouldn't have to go text somebody else.
Yeah.
You go into the club and there's an answer to every problem. Like you walk down the streets of Santa Monica where we're at right now recording, that founder's in the club, that founder's in the club, that founder wants to become in the club because it's aspirational.
Yeah.
Like there's so many ways to look at this business, but
it's like a super, one of my friends, he's coming on the pod, Armstrong, which you'll meet, like the most unique individual I've ever met. There's nothing like him. And I once asked him how wealthy he was. I'd love to ask people that. And he never gives you a straight answer. But he gave me the funniest example. He's like, Aaron, if you and I go to like some random, like we go to the forest, there's like those tribes. And he's like, a random tribe like captures both of us and puts us in a cage. And we both get one call. Wouldn't matter. Like if you have billions of dollars and I have billions of dollars, like they don't use money. Money's insignificant to them. Who do you think's getting picked up and saved? Me or you? And I was like, probably you. He's like, yeah, me. And I'm like, why? He's like, because I'm like almost 60 years old. I can pick up the phone and call one person right now, and I've got a helicopter coming to pick me up, and you don't. And I thought that was just super cocky at the time.
That's fucking crazy.
It's like the cockiest thing I've ever heard. But what he was telling me is like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Life is exclusively about the quality of relationships you've been able to build. And that's what this club is. Yeah. It's like a vetted relationship of like-minded people who we've established from the beginning of your application till you get in, literally actually till after your onboarding, we established that everything here is about giving and not taking. And like
to the fact we actually made a document before we got here of all the people we're not letting in the club
who
exclusively take.
Yes.
And we've let it to a few cancers come into the club.
It's a big thing. People ask us all the time, like, how do you ensure the quality? It's like, I had to kick out a friend of mine for 10 years. Yeah. Because he, just didn't follow the rules. And I know that's like sounds harsh, but it's
the rules are the rules.
Yeah, and it's how we ensure the room is tight and that the quality of the people in the club are people that you want to spend your valuable time with. Because people here don't have hours to just throw in the garbage. Yeah. And we all do that when we go to these random conferences or join these random groups. It's like you leave, you're like, why did I go to that? And then what happens? You're like, next time I go, I'm going to have an ROI play. And then you become a hired gun. And then you have a bunch of people just literally extracting from each other. And you leave, you feel empty, you need to shower and go to sleep. When you leave, our goal is that when you leave our events, like you leave fired up. Austin, a great member of ours, young legend, Austin, he was at one of our events in Miami. And I think it was Ryan's house, I believe. It might have been Ryan's. It doesn't matter. And he hasn't come to the last two events. So I texted him. I was like, Austin, where you at, man? What's going on? He's like, dude, I left the last event realizing like I've got so much work to do. I was so inspired that like I'm going monk mode for the next month. Next time I see you guys, I'm going to be like at a new level. And I was like, at first I was like, okay, but still come. But then I realized, I was like, what an amazing outcome for an event. You go there with no expectation and you leave feeling more inspired and driven than ever because you look around, you're like, if that guy can do it, I can do it. And that's like, to me at least, like what we're building is like for people to just see that it's possible. Like Adam, he had 8 kids. We did our men's retreat. And he told people, he's like, hey, like I've got 8 kids and his co-founder has 11. And everyone's like, and you're both here right now for a weekend? And he's like, yeah, you can do it. And everyone's brain exploded. They're like, I got 1, it's too much. I got 2, it's too much. Like, I got 8 and 11.
Yeah, we had another new member, Adam, 17 John, actually just brought that up, from New York.
Yeah.
But he literally moved from St. Louis. He knew nobody. And now he's in New York and he's buying hotels, buying
cool.
Airbnbs, like raising hundreds of millions of dollars to buy buildings all throughout New York. But not only that, like the guy never sent an email in his life, he told me. So now he's like using an email marketer from the club that he found.
Wow.
And all of our members now have like free comp stays in New York or super discounted. It's like, imagine when we stack 100 Adams in every city. You go to Los Angeles, you have all these perks. You go to New York, you have all these perks. Like that's this year. I think we've spent very little time on unlocking resources for the members. They've happened organically. We have the lawyers. We have, you get in a pinch, we have a solution.
Yeah.
But actually access to the world. Like kind of what Anatomy does, right? Like with our membership, my membership, you canceled, but I get
I built one on my driveway.
I get a 15% off at my favorite coffee shops. And like I don't attribute them together. Like I'm going to the gym regardless, but it's a nice perk. So like for our members to be able to show their Founders Club card at their favorite restaurants or their hotels or airlines and to receive a perk back, that's something that would be a huge win by the end of the year. Like if we could unlock that for our members, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think it's the idea of just like, as a founder, you should have, different types of access. You should have, like, founders are the biggest spenders. We spend like ungodly
We're
amounts
about to go
of money.
spend at Represent.
You want to go buy some clothes, but like we spend just ungodly amounts of money between like advertising and hiring and freaking travel,
hotels,
and,
anything.
like, everything. We spend so much money. And then like personal development, like founders we spend on ourselves, whether it's therapists or personal trainers or dietitians. Or you and I just spent like 13 G's at one of our members. Shout out Hector, what a legend. Longevity Labs. Like he's like, yo, I'll take care of your guys' health. We're like, done. We need to be in peak shape. Yeah. We need to feel our best, look our best, like have that energy to show up. Founders do that. Yeah. It's like we're professional athletes at this point. And to not have the world at your fingertips to take advantage of all the spending you do is like, you shouldn't have to like reverse engineer how to hack a credit card system to get into a freaking lounge. Like the Founders Club will in the future just be the access you need to everything that an entrepreneur will eventually need.
We should do a topic on credit card points. You didn't even say that, but that just made me think about that. Like credit card hack, that should be a Founders Club. I'm putting it on my phone actually.
There you go. But so we do. So what Chris is actually talking about right now is FC Chat. So for those of you not members, like pretty much every Wednesday we have a virtual. So like the whole club can get on these calls. We've had like Mark Cuban and Harley Finkelstein and just incredible. Noah Rosenfarb is like arguably the best tax specialist ever. We actually did a mastermind on his boat, which was dope. He's coming up recently. And we just have like some big names, but also just experts, like people you would never hear about who just like are so smart in this like super niche thing, like how to hack your credit card points, get the most out of your spend. And it's such a value add. And then some people are like, I can't make the calls. It's like, well, then we ended up developing an app. Yep. And the app is going to be, we're putting a lot of pressure on this app. Our team's like, last week, we're like, everything's going to be
solved in the app.
Everything is solved in the app, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, it's what our members asked for. They wanted one place to see everything, on-demand content. So all of the master classes, you can just search for it. Some of the conversations you miss in the Slack, you'll be able to pull all of that data right into the app, member database, search for people, connect with people. There'll be AI recommendations. So you log in and be like, here's 3 people you should connect with in Founders Club based on your interests. Like how cool is that?
What events did I miss this month or what events are coming up? Boom, boom.
Boom. All right there for you. The offers, take advantage of things. So it's like,
I think the coolest thing is going to be like, because it's categorizing everybody's data on like who they are and like what they're good at, what they're bad at. So whenever a situation comes up in your life, hey, I want to sell my company. Hey, I want to start thinking about selling my company. Hey, I'm going through a partnership issue and I want to buy out my partner. Maybe able to search for that in the database, be connected to 4 or 5 people that like have that skill instead of just DMing someone on LinkedIn. Like this is kind of like how it all started was like, we felt like we had to bother people Hey,
Yeah.
do you have 5 minutes of time?
It's like the worst
Can
feeling.
I pick your brain, guys?
Oh, my God.
My brain was getting dug out.
Yeah. With
But
a
now it's like,
pitchfork.
you know you have 4 or 5 people, and everybody has signed up for the same thing, is to
Yeah.
help one another.
Yeah.
And so, because you give back to one person, they're going to come back and ask for it eventually.
So
It might
true.
not be this year, it might not be in 10 years. But we're all
Yes.
growing together.
Yeah, it's like our money compounds in the market. We all know that. Rule of 72. Recently, 5 years, usually double your money. It's like no one's taking that same equation and applying it to the relationships in our life. It's like we all know of like, there's people we can call, and it's because we had one experience with them at one point. It's like, oh, that's my guy.
Yeah, and we're like doing the vetting for you. Like normally you just have to lose all your friends, and like
collect them.
one friend remains every year, and they keep staying.
Yes.
Now we're like, yo, here's like 700 amazing people.
Yes.
Obviously, you're not going to build a rapport with all of them,
Yeah.
but they're vetted for a reason.
I think it's like Dunbar's or Done Something's law is that you can only build deep connection with 150 people. And then someone's like, that's not a lot.
That's a lot. Oh, I think that's a lot.
I think it's a lot,
I
right?
think it's tons.
So that's like the maximum capacity you can build deep relationships with is 150.
Yeah.
That's what people say. Most people don't have 150.
No, I think that's way too much.
And if you do somehow have 150, maybe Ryan's got 150. If you have 150, it's like, what are the likelihood that they're all like-minded and they all feel the same way about you? It's like virtually impossible.
Yeah, dude. I'd say that like I don't have a lot of mentors in life, but the one that I did, shout out Wade Gerard, amazing guy. But he had told me one time in life, this was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't think he meant to give me advice, but he said it by accident, and I loved it. He's like, every year, Chris, and this is before Founders Club, pick 5 people in your network that you actually want to become friends with, and those just 5, no more, no less, just 5, and do the next step. Keep going the extra mile. Get the coffee date, but after the coffee date, it normally falls off until you like, oh, what can I do for you? Keep pushing. Keep becoming friends. Keep sending the invites out. And I thought, dude, I did that for 2 years. And I think actually you were probably one of those people 4 years ago. And it's like, go the extra mile with that connection. And you never know where it's going to go. So for people that are struggling, that don't have the ability to be in the Founders Club, or maybe aren't there yet in their business, or don't even have a business, just pick 5 and keep going for the rest of the year. The year's about to restart, and go the extra mile with 5. Because those 5 people could change your life, let alone one person, dude. Just having one person to call. You know, like I'm going to get to the airport. I'm going to call my friend Kevin. Doesn't own a business, but we're going to talk shit, and he makes my life better.
Right.
You know, it's just having one person to make your day better. If we could do that, that's all I could ask for.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we said at every mastermind. You have no idea who you're talking to.
Yeah.
It's like, it was amazing yesterday in my own little group is like, you know, like we bring her up again, but she was the last person to share. So the whole group was sharing, and then she shared, and everyone's like,
Were they more vulnerable before her, or was she?
They were like 10% vulnerable.
Okay.
She went 120%.
I love it.
And when they realized that they had a billionaire who was being vulnerable with them,
And she was watching them the whole time.
yeah,
I had no idea.
And she's just like, I'm gonna share, and I don't know if y'all are ready for this. And we usually give people 2 minutes because we have to keep it timed. Otherwise, you know, there's always those people that love to talk. And we're like, no, you just keep going. You keep sharing. You're good. And the room broke. But one thing I thought was so cool is I shared my story of like, you know, during the acquisition, I found my lawyer on a Google search. And the woman beside me, Catherine, she's like, not only am I one of the largest M&A lawyers in the country, but she did like 7 of the last top 10 M&A deals in the US. And she's just like, if you ever need any ideas or resources to like the whole group, if y'all just want to talk, this woman is like unreachable.
Yeah.
If y'all want to talk because you're Founders Club members, literally just DM me.
Dude, that's crazy.
And she told me, she's like, I would have got you probably an extra 10, 20 million bucks. Really, word for word. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, but I was 25. I didn't have a network. I had nobody.
So good for our members, though.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Founder to Founder podcast. And I have one favor, just one favor to ask. Is the only favor I'll ever ask from you. And if you liked what you listened to please like, subscribe, and please just leave a comment. Let us know what you think, how we can make it better. We are all in on delivering value to you. And all we ask in return is that you hit that subscribe. It goes a long way for what we're trying to build here. And as always, we post an episode every single Wednesday. So stay tuned, and thank you for tuning in.